get into the wild card.
86 got the Phillies all the way to the World
I
Series.
hate to break it to you, man. I don't think it was your vision.
This podcast is perfectly named, I would say.
I hate to make excuses for Sandy and the rest of the
No, you don't. You've been doing it all year.
I do hate it. I'm just gonna say it.
Fucking hitting bombs to fucking Cayocho. Like,
Inject that into my veins.
If that continues, there's no way we make the playoffs.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 11 of the Battered Marlins podcast. I'm joined today by a few familiar faces. You'll notice the most handsome among us is missing today. He's spreading the messy word in downtown Orlando today. But you know me, Brandon. I'm joined today by Callie and Spaz. And we've got Chris behind the mic producing for us today.
Yes,
so let's kick it off with my man Callie. What are you up to today, and what are you wearing on your head?
Today's been a slow day for me. Got to be honest. I haven't done anything today. It's actually pretty nice. On my head today, I've got the U.S. national team hat on. Just shout out the men play Mexico tonight at 10 o'clock. I'll be tuning into that. After this is a soccer, mind you, not baseball. Historic rivalry, USA and Mexico. So that's fun. And then also in a couple weeks, we have the women's national team starting the Women's World Cup in Australia, and I'll be tuning into that a lot. So that's my quick little shout out, giving some love to, some of our hometown athletes doing it on the big level. So there it is.
Love it, man. Love it. And now the man with the best shirt in the business. What's up, Spaz?
And mustache.
Oh, and stash. Can't forget that.
That is a fact.
I know you guys talked about this. So this was actually, because you guys said it's Father's Day weekend. Marlins gave this away, I want to say last year for Father's Day. Has like a floral print. It's a little big on me, but I got to get it tailored. But it is really dope, and it kind of goes with the Sugar Kings.
It does.
Hat. So cool little. I've worn it in Key West. I've gotten some compliments, so it's pretty fucking raw.
You wear it well too, man, because you have it open, so you got a bit of the hair hanging out, man. Dude,
you gotta show the chest hair. Fucking Razor Ramon, bro. Come on, we gotta get it going.
Yeah.
I don't got enough chest hair to do that, bro. Like my entire
Just break
body,
it out.
My entire body like caught up like in terms of like hair production, except like my torso. Like I still look like a fucking 12.
Chest hair. It's just you gotta ooze machismo, like Razor Ramon would say.
It's the attitude.
It's the attitude, bro. You got it. But yeah,
I'm not that straight. I'm sorry.
I was gone last week, so I'm stoked to be back.
We're glad to have you back, man. I've got the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp hat on. If you follow the farm system, you'll know they've been rain delay city this week. I think they've had 3 doubleheaders, 1-2. I think lost 1, and they have another doubleheader tonight. So be interested to see what they do there. And yeah, man, just here for the vibes, man. So
I know them boys tired. All those double headers.
Yeah, man. And who was it? Somebody was telling us the Jumbo Shrimp have more signups for the license plates, right? Than Inter Miami.
They have a good amount, man.
Woo. They better not get it before us. But I love it.
That's a bad look.
Chris, I know you're wearing a Yankees hat, bro, but I gotta hear this. You gotta do your part too, man.
All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll bring myself here. Now, this isn't just any standard Yankees hat, okay? Now, the difference here is, and I thought that it was pretty timely, that this Yankee hat I actually purchased at the Disney store in Times Square. So on the side here is where you can see Mickey Mouse in pinstripes.
Ooh,
I like it.
And
what a development.
On the back of the hat, the little buttons are Mickey ears.
That's dope.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
so
dude, I love it, dude.
And I am a Disney fan, but I thought that it was timely since Danny is vacationing in Disney World and Universal. So I figured it'd be a nice touch.
Damn, dude. Now I want like a Marlins one like that. Because
I was going to say, if Danny doesn't come back with Marlins ones for the whole pod, he's out.
We're going to test him.
He's out, you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man. But so, guys, I know it's been a mixed bag for the this last week. Started off really good with that sweep of the White Sox.
Did not sweep the White Sox. Lost the
well,
first game.
Yeah. Well, there goes my positive thinking again.
Won the series,
Cali, yeah,
That's all
series win. I was depressed by the Seattle series, but let's jump into the White Sox series. Callie, what was your takeaways from that series, and what'd you like? What didn't you like?
What I didn't like was the first game. The bats really struggled to get going, but we really turned it on. The Saturday and Sunday game. Especially that Saturday, felt like everything just kind of came together. That was our big one, 5-1. Sunday, we won another one runner, 6-5. But we did to the White Sox what we had to do to them. We knew that was a team that we had to capitalize against. We knew that was a team that we were going to hit well off of, especially in a park like Chicago, whatever. It's not Comiskey Park anymore, whatever the hell it's called now. But yeah, man. I mean, that's a team that's struggling. They're in full rebuild. You know, hopefully, our front office took a good, nice, long look at Tim Anderson to try and bring him here, so we can have that little Tim Anderson, Luis Arraez up the middle combo that I'm so desperately craving. But
Listen,
I'm happy with the series.
That Tim Anderson rumor is gaining a lot of traction. Everybody's tweeting it, and I want you guys to know you heard it here first. 3 episodes ago, I put it out there. If you go back and listen, you'll hear Callie talking over me, but it's there.
What a dick, this guy. Always talking over somebody.
I just like the attention.
Clearly.
Stole the shine.
All right.
You guys got to know this by now. It's more on you than on me, to be honest. But
yeah, it's my fault for talking. I should.
That's right. The beginning of your the middle of my sentence is more important than the beginning of yours, or vice versa. I don't fucking know. Who cares? Let's keep going.
Keep it moving. Spaz, what'd you think about the Chicago series?
I'm just happy to get out of there with it should have kind of prepared us for what was coming, to be honest. Because if you look at everything, there's a lot of goose eggs up there. You know, there's a lot of 0 for whatever, or like 1 for 4. I think Arraez had like a 0 for 5 or 1 for 5 or something like that. And we should have known what was coming in Seattle, man. I mean, but I'm happy to get the fuck out of there with the series win. And then, you know, we all know what happened after that. So, whatever. I mean, as long as we got those 2 out of 3, I'm happy on the road, man. That's really all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy with that too. Some of the things, you know, I probably should have seen it, but I did not see the Seattle series coming. I thought our pitching looked a lot better in the White Sox series than it did in the Seattle series.
I agree.
But I also thought, like Callie, like that game 1, I don't know if it's just coming in after a day off with the travel and stuff, and the bats were just quiet, but it was nice to see him pick up Saturday. I think Saturday was probably one of the better team performances we've seen outside of the previous Saturday with the Athletics, where we won that one with 12-1. So I was happy to see that. The Sunday game, another 1-run game. Gotta love that, man. Gotta keep padding that stat. Still off to the best start with 1-run game, so I'll take it.
Since like 1900 or something like that.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's brutal.
You know, we had a rough sports week in South Florida with 2 teams making the finals and jumping out, but don't sleep on the Marlins. They might be our next hope.
Yeah, it's the hope that kills you, though.
So,
but then we got to Seattle, and then I started feeling differently about that statement.
So just to kind of like piggyback on that, I've been telling everyone, obviously, like I'm sure it's the same for you guys. Like, you are the Marlins fan. So like for my friends and my family, it's like, oh yeah, Alex, like, you know, he's a Marlins guy, this and that. And I've been like, no, you guys got to watch because like we're winning. And then we fucking get to Seattle and they're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, you guys are not winning. So we'll get into that series because god damn, that shit was rough.
Yeah, a little fun connection from the White Sox series. So I mentioned it last time that the manager, Pedro Grifol, he's a Miami guy, Columbus product. He has a son, Andrew Grifol, who I hit a home run off of in high school my senior year in the playoffs to end their season. So that was cool. And then Mike Tozar, the hitting coach, Miami guy, played at University of Miami. I'm not sure he got drafted. I'm not sure what organization. His son's a good friend of mine. So that's cool. And then you have Yasmani Grandal behind the plate. Another Miami guy. And then the funniest, well, maybe not one of the funniest connections. One of the outfielders for the Chicago White Sox, Clint Frazier. So my brother struck him out in high school. My brother's kind of claim to fame. He was a first-round pick by the Reds, I think, maybe. So
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
In high school and college, you were the Soler of your team, right?
I wouldn't call myself the Soler because I definitely hit for pretty good average. I was a power guy though.
The Justin Bohr. You were the Justin Bohr of your team.
I would say more like Garrett Cooper. I'd say I was a Cooper on my team. Like I would have really impressive stretches, and then I'd get into a slump that I'm like, I'm gonna
White chocolate. All right.
Yeah, and we both played first base in high school. I moved to third in college, but I played first in high school too. So I think that's an easier comp. And Garrett Cooper played at Auburn, and I played Division II baseball. So
still counts, brother.
You both played in the South.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Just different. He played in the Southeastern Conference, and I played in the South Atlantic Conference. So he played in the SEC. I played in the SAC.
Well, that's fitting.
Yeah.
But now on to the pain, guys. Seattle. Oh,
we
my God.
We historically just don't do well out west. Aside from the Angels series, we really just don't. And I think making that jump from Chicago to Seattle is just hard. And we're a team that, we rely kind of on a long ball type of thing, and we can be a bit feast or famine, and Safeco, I'm always going to call it Safeco, is definitely pitcher friendly. So, that, and we saw some of that yesterday with the way Yuri pitched. He was lights out, but a couple of them getting to the warning track. That's, some of those, I hate to say, don't stay in the park at Marlins Park. But, those first two were brutal. We just looked bad. We just looked really bad. Much, much better yesterday. And I think a lot of that came from Yuri pitching how he pitched. What was he, six scoreless?
Yeah,
6 scoreless.
Sub 2 ERA, bro.
Yeah, he's probably been our best pitcher since he's gone called up, I'd say.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say.
Yeah, I
since
would
he's
say
only
so.
20. But and you guys know I love my boy Braxton, but fucking.
Well, I think Braxton's probably been our most consistent. Like, what you're going to get with him when he goes out and touches the ball. It's not, my concern is, and I think I talked about it last week, is I thought for sure we're going to drop the first game against Seattle. And that's what ended up happening. And Luzardo, we're all talking about, should we be worried about Sandy? Luzardo's probably the one to worry about, because I don't know, man. He didn't have it at all in that first game.
I have a quick question though, and this is just like, I'm gonna chime in on, I guess, from an outsider's perspective. I don't understand how the series versus the Mariners was such a debacle. I mean, their record isn't that much off of the Sox. Like, is it that crazy that they obliterated us the first 2 of the 3 games?
So my first thought about that was that's what the Braves must have felt like when the A's went in and took 2 out of 3. And the A's are not good. So that's what the Braves must have felt like. Like when we went over there, we're like, because I thought I can't remember our predictions, but I think somebody said sweep. I said 2. I might have said 2 out of 3. I don't know, but we thought the series was like 1, and then they take 2 out of 3 from us. So that must have been what the super talented Braves felt like when the A's went in there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I love comparing ourselves to the Braves. I
don't want to
it.
fucking compare myself, so fuck those guys.
But yeah, no, I didn't see it coming. I really didn't. I mean, what was it? Miller was the starter for Seattle, and he had some crazy stat where he's given up like a ridiculous amount of runs in his last couple starts, and then he only gives up 1 against us. you know.
Yeah, he gave up 19 runs in his past 2 starts, but before that, before those starts, he had like an ERA of like 1 point something. So like he had the juice, and then he hit a slump, and then he fucking hits his stride against us, which of course,
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, 19 runs, bro, and we get fucking that. So
yeah,
it's weird.
It is, man.
It's very on brand, to be honest with you. Like it would happen to us. But again, we're a team that's very much feast or famine, right? We either, it feels like either everyone hits or no one hits. It feels like the pitchers absolutely shove or they all get lit up. And again, I feel like I say it every week, that's the mark of an average team, and that's exactly what we are. We're an average team, and I think everyone understands that we're kind of punching above our weight right now. We have a couple guys doing well, but we never have everyone doing well at the same time. And again, Seattle, it's always tough to go to Seattle. It's always a tough place to play. The ball flies differently there. It's a bigger park. Fans show up there. We just always struggle. It's never an easy trip to make. And again, the bats just didn't show up. It just happens, and unfortunately, it's not going to be the last time. We're going to win series we're not supposed to. We're going to lose series we shouldn't.
Didn't a little piece of you, when we were in Seattle, where did Ichiro get his big hit? Was it in Seattle? No, right?
Which one?
Like his big hit, like
his 3,000th or whatever. That was with the Marlins.
Yeah, no, he was with the Marlins. But wasn't it in Seattle?
No, I want to say it was at home.
No, I was not at home. It was definitely not at home because I was going to all those games and it didn't happen. Never mind. I was just thinking.
Are you talking about the 3,000th? Are you talking about the 3,000th career hit?
Yeah.
That was against the Rockies.
The Rockies. Okay. All right. Because I remember I was watching it live. I couldn't remember. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I miss Ichiro, and the entire time I was playing the Mariners, that's all I thought about. So sorry about that. You guys know I'm not the facts or stats guy. I'm just here.
He was there. He was there. He did the Wednesday game. I mean, I have to tie it back to Washington State when I can. But that Wednesday game, he did a jersey swap with God, I forget his name. He was an average pitcher, but he played in Japan, and they did a jersey swap at the game. It was pretty cool. Former Coug.
Fucking love that guy.
Yeah, he works with the club, and every now and again the thing is he still dresses up like he plays.
Mm-hmm. High socks and everything.
Yeah, he wears a high socks. He still takes batting practice. He's still like shagging fly balls and stuff like that. That's awesome. I love Ichiro, man.
I'm pretty sure he could replace Segura. But give me Ichiro, put him in Segura's position, and I'm sure he'd do fucking fantastic.
I don't know if Ichiro would be good at third base anymore. Those
reflexes are slow. Ichiro's unicorn that he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you guys have ever paid attention to like watching him hit BP or anything like that. If you ever got to the park early or something like that, but Ichiro's swinging a baseball bat is art.
Yeah,
and there's stories that were like when he was in Seattle, that the guys would put hula hoops around right field and like in the stands, and they tell Ichiro hit in the red one, and he'd go and he'd do it in a couple swings. Hit in the yellow one, and he'd do it in a couple swings or something like that. Like the back control, like everything he does is on purpose. And someone asked him, like, "Oh, if you're such a good hitter, why don't you hit more home runs?" He's like, "Oh, home runs are boring. Like I like to run." I'm like, okay.
And that's what
home runs don't always win games either.
Yeah, but Ichiro, and on top of that, like one of the best arms from the outfield. People forget he got 3,000 hits in the bigs, and he came into the league when he was like 27.
Yeah.
He had almost 3,000 hits already in Japan. It's ridiculous. Like quite literally one of the greatest baseball players ever.
I want to tie it all back to the Marlins. His first ever walk-off home run, I'm sorry, was in a Marlins uniform. He had never done it before that. Yeah.
Yeah, Ichiro's an absolute specimen, man.
I will say that time that he was with us, like I would go to the park a whole lot, and just seeing like all the international fans that would come over, like his old team, like Ichiro jerseys, and that was like so freaking dope, man. I loved every minute of that.
Last time I was at the stadium, I saw a guy with an Ichiro, like the orange Marlins jersey, except instead of Ichiro, it was in Japanese, writing on the back with the 51. I was like, man, I got to get one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a shame because Ichiro, like, he played here when, like, Mike Redmond and, like, fucking Dan Jennings was our fucking manager, and poor guy. But dude played from 27 till he was 45. Career 311 hitter, career OPS of almost 757. Just animal. Absolute animal.
Love him.
Never struck out more than 77 never struck out more than 86 times in a season.
He played from 1994 to 2000 in Japan.
Yes, and then from 2001 to 2019 in the majors.
Imagine if he would have played. Imagine if he would have played.
Oh, he would have shattered the hits. He would have shattered the hits record.
Oh, yeah.
Shattered it. He would have shattered it. Like, literally might have doubled it. Like, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
P. Rose had, but he would have gotten probably close to 5,000 hits. Let me see.
Oh, yeah. I would. Yeah, I mean,
P. Rose hit 4,256. I think Ichiro would have gotten, like, close to 5,000.
I think he would have gone over that. Depending on when you bring him in. I mean,
Yeah, let's say
this is all conjecture at this point, but
yeah.
If he only played in the majors, he would have done over 5,000 hits, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But
right.
I mean, the last thing I'll say, because I mean the Seattle series, we have to talk about Yuri. Yuri, those 6 shutout innings were incredible. And then to end the game, that save by Jesus, man. He saved Puck's ass, and Puck better be buying that man like dinner for the next week, because that home run he robbed was fucking impressive.
And Jay Davis had to make a couple plays. Jonathan Davis, had to make a couple plays out there too.
Yeah. Jonathan Davis, I mean, I know Spazzy is all over Jonathan Davis, and I saw him on Twitter this morning calling him all out. Oh, everybody's appreciating him now. So Spaz, give us your 2-minute rant on Jonathan Davis, man. I know you got one.
No. I mean, you guys don't know the stats. Somebody like put up his stats, and you guys know I don't really care about any of that shit. But I think he's come in here and it's been an emergency, and he's done what he's had to do, and he's helped us out a whole lot, man. So I think we just have to. And plus, my ongoing joke about the lead singer from Korn, I don't think a lot of people are picking up on it, or maybe it's just not funny. I don't know. but I do love me some Jonathan Davis, and he's coming. He's coming clutch, man. So I'm really happy about him.
Yeah.
But that catch by Jesus, I was up late. I think I even I tweeted about it, and I was like, I'm fucking losing my mind right now. It was definitely after midnight. And if you see the video, there's a fan right behind Jesus Sanchez with a glove. Like, really, right behind his glove. The guy's right there.
He would have snagged it if Jesus didn't get it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he would have definitely taken it. And, dude, I lost my mind, dude. I was like, what the? My wife is mad at me. Like, it was fantastic. Like, take that W all day.
I love it, man. I wish I would have seen it live, because it's probably a good thing I didn't. I'd probably be divorced, screaming and yelling around the house that hour of the night. But Jesus, man. But
since June 3rd, he's actually had 14 hits.
Jesus Sanchez?
Jonathan Davis. Sorry.
Jonathan Davis?
I jumped in way too late with that. Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, man. And I'll fucking take that. Whatever. And I think his first 3 games, he had a good amount of them. I think his first 3 games, he might have had like 4 or 5 hits. I know he came in swinging.
He started really, really hot.
Yeah, he started really hot, and then he kind of cooled off. But whatever, dude. I just want him to get his job done. And maybe this
defensively,
is my
though, he's been perfect as far as I'm concerned.
That's my dog. Yeah, keep him up here, bro. That's fine.
I think he's going to. I mean, I know we'll talk about it later when we talk about Jazz coming back, but kind of moving into our next topic and kind of piggybacking on the Seattle series, I think we kind of have to talk about Arraez and his cold streak that he's in, because believe it or not, the hit machine did not record a hit against Seattle.
Yeah.
He was 0 for 11.
I thought he had one. No.
Mm-mm.
No. I mean,
He had a walk. He had a walk in last night's game.
but the thing is like this was bound to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
The law of averages plays out eventually, and it doesn't mean that he's in a slump now or anything like that. He had a bad series. It was gonna happen. You know, it's part of the game, man. And I'm not worried because he's far and away been our most consistent hitter. But it happens, bro. And what I saw a lot of Marlins Twitters, maybe guys that didn't play or didn't or haven't followed for very long, or I don't know, that we're trying to kind of rip on Arraez a little bit. Like, dude, it's hard to be that good for 162 games, and it's gonna happen. This isn't gonna be the first. I mean, this is the first. It's not gonna be the last. It will happen again. He is human. He is immortal, and it's unfortunate, but it's better that we get some of these out of the way now in June than.
Oh yeah.
You know what? He's coming. He's coming back. We're gonna see a Blue Jays team that's very beatable and a Pirates team that's playing pretty well. So.
Oh, and you skip the Nats, man.
Oh, and the Nats.
But,
fuck those guys.
Yeah, but I mean, with Arraez, this guy's leading the team in at bats. He's got 241 at bats. The next closest guy is who is it? It's Soler at 236. My opinion is Arraez probably needs a day off or two. Give the man
thank
some
God they don't
rest.
play tonight.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we've got the Nats coming up. I mean, I'm sure he'll do fine there. But the next homestand we've got. I don't think we have a day off in the homestand between the Blue Jays and Pirates. It's right on through. So
yeah,
hopefully Skip can get him some rest, and if Jazz comes back, maybe that's an opportunity. But that's my 2 cents. I'm not worried about him. I think he's still probably going to be in the top 5 for the MVP race. I think he can clearly win the Silver Slugger. So we'll see. I mean, Spaz, are you worried? Are you selling him, or should I go out and buy my jersey now?
Out of here, no. No, but I agree with you. I think he just needs a couple of days off. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, or today, whenever you guys hear this podcast, he's not in the lineup. I honestly wouldn't be surprised, dude, because seeing those goose eggs, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, it's very unlike him. And give him a couple days, bro. Let him chill for a little bit. I'm totally okay with that. So not worried at all. It'll be fine.
The reason why I think maybe the National Series isn't the one that maybe he rests because they're a division opponent and they're bad. They're like demonstrably kind of terrible. So it might be one that Skip sees on the schedule and says, "Hey, like we need all hands on deck. We need to win 3 here," and and then maybe if we lose one, then Skip's like, "All right, let's go." But after the Pirates series, our schedule gets a lot harder for a stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like July is brutal.
That's what I kept saying.
And the rest of June
is the month where we find out if we're contenders, because we got to pad that. We got to pad that win record.
I mean, Cali, don't even look at August, because August is like
August is brutal too, man. I mean,
we're gonna have reinforcements in August.
Thankfully,
most of is gonna be at shortstop in August.
Branson, we're broke boys. We ain't got that money, dog. We broke.
He's a rental, man. He's free agent after this year. Kim will just be like, "Hey, take some Gatorade and this prospect, and we'll take him for the rest of the year."
I will say I'm looking at it now, and the schedule just gets a lot harder after June. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little worried, but it's tough.
I think if there's any series that could lend off a jumping pad for the Marlins is the series against the Nationals. No?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's as winnable as it gets, man. And they're a team that doesn't hit well. They don't pitch well. They don't do a whole lot well.
They fucked us around last time we played them at home.
Yeah, they did. But time for a little revenge game. We just had a couple tough ones, you know, back in the
Yeah.
East Coast, you know, tear up the Natties a little bit before we come home and see the Blue Jays and then the Pirates. So
Let's
Yeah,
go.
man. I mean, you know, and I mean, easy segue to our next segment. You know, Arraez is, I think, our only player right now projected to make the All-Star team. So, what are you guys thinking about the All-Star voting?
I mean, it's as expected. You know, a lot of it is unfortunately a bit of a popularity contest, but I agree with most of it. Scrimming through the um, what's it called, through the National League. I mean, we knew Acuna was going to be dominating the
Yeah.
votes. You know, Mookie right behind him. Lourdes Gurriel being third in outfield voting is absolutely shocking. And then
Criminal.
yeah, and then Tatis being as high as he is shocking as well. I think Corbin Carroll definitely deserves that spot.
hmm
DH, I'm shocked, and this is why it's a popularity contest. Like Bryce Harper being second in voting is insane, and I love our boy Solar,
Yeah.
but I think Travis Darnot is probably most deserving of that right now.
Solar should be second, in my opinion.
Yeah, but again, that's what we get with fan
Yeah.
voting. You know, shortstop makes sense, third base makes sense, second base obviously makes sense, first base makes sense, catcher makes sense. By the catcher's the easiest one in history. It's Sean Murphy. And then the American
No.
League, you know,
It should be Stallings.
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, I mean, but genuinely, is there another player in the Marlins that you think is actually deserving of a what's it? I don't think there's I don't see it.
So, I think the most deserving Marlins haven't been healthy and long enough to make the ballot. In my opinion, I think Jazz, when he was healthy, was doing really well, and had he been healthy this whole time, probably could have made the All-Star team. Coop
Coop was out for a
had
while
a
too, though.
hot start, got injured for a while, came back, and he came back hot. So, maybe he could have been on there, but no. I think Soler and Arraez are really the only two who should have made it. And when you compare it with how we looked at last year, with we had 6 All-Stars last year?
No.
I feel like we had 6. Yeah,
No.
we had a lot.
What? Last year? No,
Yeah.
dude.
Yes, we did.
Then that had to be a record. I can't remember having 6 All-Stars on the Marlins. That can't be right. Go on your computer and do that.
I'm looking it up right now. And
No, the max.
yeah,
maybe.
because we had pitchers. We had pitchers on that roster too.
Maybe. Okay. No, but
yeah,
still not.
this year we're not going to have any pitchers outside of maybe like Yuri, probably, if he's still up.
I don't think he's even eligible.
Yeah, I think you have to have a certain amount of starts.
Yeah,
no?
I don't think and it's selected by the coaches
manager,
too,
right?
and then the managers of the teams have to get involved in the whole thing.
Politics of baseball, so dumb.
I mean, I get it for pitchers for the All-Star game. I get it. I agree with it, just because you don't want your superstars getting a bunch of innings into the belt. That's why everyone throws an inning or two, and that's it. But yeah,
I'm sorry,
I mean,
we had 3 last year.
Fucking told
This
you.
year we're probably going to have 1. Let's be honest. Arraez is going to be the only one.
Sandy might get the popularity bump too, but because people know who he is, so they want him there. He's a Cy Young last year.
My point is I think it's showing we have a much better record this year at this point than we did last year. I think we probably have a better team than we do, individuals, in my opinion, this year.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when you're a team without any sexy names, any big names, it's going to happen. The fact that Soler is third or fourth or whatever he is in
DH,
it's mostly specifically because he's won 2 World Series, and people know who he is. And then Arraez is undeniable.
Got 20 home runs.
Yeah,
that's nothing to sneeze about.
Yeah, but he's also hitting 210 or whatever the hell he's hitting right now. 258. Hey, he's bringing it up, my boy. Solar Power and Lighting.
There you go.
Yeah,
Copyright.
It's bad pending. it's a popularity contest, man. Like I'm not pretending that it's not, and it's fan voting. So the team, that's why you're gonna have a ton of Braves in there, even though a lot of them probably deserve it. A lot of Cardinals, a lot of Dodgers. Even the Dodgers may not have a bunch of people that deserve it. The Padres are gonna have a bunch of people that probably don't deserve it. That's just the nature of the beast in terms of baseball voting. It's never I never take any of it to heart just because it's a whatever.
No me gusta. I don't like it at all. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Major League Baseball is the only all-star game worth watching. Out of all the major professional sports, I think they're the only ones who have figured out how to make it enjoyable and watchable.
I'm gonna be honest. When it used to mean something, yes, it doesn't mean anything anymore. So,
wow,
because the winner, though, for those of you listening that don't know, it used to be that whichever league won the All-Star game, that's the team that had home field advantage in the World Series. That's not the case anymore. They took that away a couple years ago.
Look at Chris, the Yankee fan, first of all, giving thumbs up and being like, yeah, my
No,
Yankee
but he's right. He's right, though. He's right.
He is.
You can't deny the fact that Cali is correct with that. I mean, it's not worth anything like it was years ago.
I agree.
So I mean,
how'd that advantage work out in 03, Chris?
it was terrible. I was stuck in front of a bird bowl while everybody is banging pots and pans wearing nothing but Yankees robe.
Yeah, that's on you. But I will say, baseball probably has the best all-star setup in terms of, because you have the home run derby. The home run derby is, to me, I'll watch the home run derby before I watch the All-Star game. I don't watch the All-Star game all that much, to be honest with you. And then the celebrity softball game, I'm actually a huge fan of, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
That's
awesome. I understand what Brandon's saying, and I agree, because that home run derby is always a whole lot of fun. And then they did the change recently where you have that because it used to be, ages
It used to
ago.
be just 10 outs.
Yeah, exactly. But now you get those T-Mobile pink balls, I think.
No, they've always had the golden ball.
The golden ball was the last one when you had 9 outs.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
Well, now if you hit it a certain distance, you get a few extra seconds or something.
Yeah,
like that.
now it's timed, which I think is, from a hitter's perspective, is better because
I
I like it more just because, with the 10 outs, what was it, the year that McGuire, he hit or Hamilton rather, he hit was it 22 in the first round, and then he was just burned out.
Oh yeah, that was in Houston,
Yankee Stadium. No, it was at Yankee Stadium.
Oh,
Josh Hamilton hit 22 in the first round, and then he was just tired. I'm like, well, that's not exciting. So yeah, I like the clock, and then what is it if you hit one or something like that, the clock stops or you get more time or something like that.
You have timeouts. So they have timeouts.
And the timeouts, yeah.
Your teammates come and fan you off.
They give the Gatorade.
Yeah. They give the Gatorade, you're there, and then and then you go back. But dude, it's gotta be tough swinging that bat for
it's exhausting, man. People, especially when you're swinging for the fences, bro. It's exhausting, man. Bro, that shit's not light, bro. These guys are swinging 32, 33, 34 ounce bats, loaded up to the tits, bro. That's a piece of lumber, man. That's tough.
So we're talking about the home run derby, right? So the Marlins realistically have a chance of having a player in there. Do you want Soler in the home run derby this year?
1,000%, yes.
Without question, yes.
Give it to me.
I say no.
People are say, "Oh, it messes their Soler already has a pure launch angle home run swing like that. He's not a guy that's trying to get on top of the baseball and spray it in the gap. Every single home swing that Soler puts on is a swing for the fences. His swing is not going to be affected by a home run derby. Let him fucking do it. Guys like Griffey and those type of guys, I get why they didn't love the home run derbies. Albert Pujols, I get why that guy didn't love the home run derbies because he was very methodical in the way he did things, But a lot of these guys that that they already swing like that, fucking let them do it, bro. That's what we're there for. Justin Bohr being in the home run derby a couple years ago was one of the highlights of my time as a Marlins fan.
Cali, when I think it was Stanton fed him a donut in between.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, I was losing my mind when he fed him a donut, and then I think I think he either had a bobblehead or a giveaway or something where he has a donut. Dude, Justin Bohr forever has my respect. He was the funnest dude. And funny enough, him and Ichiro were like real good buddies when he was in the Marlins. So like, man, that home run number was awesome. But yes, give me.
I'm just trying to find out what Justin Bohr is doing with his life right now because I miss that guy.
He went
I
to.
don't think you want to know.
Yeah, no, he went to either Japan or.
I think he's in Japan.
No. He went to Korea. I want to say.
No, his post on February 10th is him hanging it up. He retired.
All right.
So,
but yeah, he did go to Korea for a little bit. Or
I found the bobblehead on eBay.
There you go.
It's $40 right now. It's Justin Bohr wearing a cape, holding a baseball bat like this with donuts on it.
Yeah,
I remember that one, bro.
Yeah.
You need to send me the link. You need to send me the link for that, actually.
I'll send you the link.
Dude, but that's so much fun. I mean, yeah, give me Solar, man. Give me Solar. You know what? And then we do a bobblehead with Solar when he wins that shit with a Cuban sandwich. Fucking give it to me, bro. El Cubano Gigante.
Yeah, man. Go out there with the 4-foot long Cuban sandwich. Give him a bite.
It feeds 3 to 6.
Oh my god, no, man. They go out there with some cafecito instead. Oh.
Whatever it is. I'm all for it.
I mean, if we really want to go Cuban in Miami, there's another substance we can, they can run out there with a piece of glass ready to go, a little piece of mirror.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ, Cali, go.
Hey, man, if we're going Miami, we're going Miami, bro. Like,
listen, man, next time we go to the stadium, we'll have some cafecito. We'll contemplate the 4-foot Cuban sandwich. If Danny and Chris are there, we're in.
I can't do that.
Yeah, but you can participate. You can watch. You can video the rest of us going after it, doing what we got to do because we got to break our jumbotron record.
That's true. Yeah. We were on the jumbotron.
I will say, me trying to take even a few bites of that Cuban sandwich will kill me. So,
well, you can eat something else.
Risk reward.
Be the cameraman. But so guys, it's happening. It's happening soon. Jazz's return.
Can't wait, dude. I saw him taking BP.
What do you think's gonna happen? When is he coming back?
I mean, I don't know, but because they said that he was going to come back during the road trip. He didn't come back.
We're maybe on the road against the Nats.
Oh, we are. I keep on thinking about the Nats. Very forgettable.
You keep overthinking them. You're moving right to the Blue Jays, man.
Fuck me. Yeah, maybe he comes back for the Nats. I'd imagine they ease him back into maybe like a heavy defensive set. But someone's going to have to go down. And again, we had this conversation last week about who that might be. Odd man out is probably Hampson right now. I'd say
100% Hampson.
Yeah, I'd
be anybody else.
I'd be interested to see if they DFA Jonathan Davis, but considering how he's been playing, I don't know if they'll do that. But
what they gave up in that trade,
I know that's why I don't think they would.
They didn't just give up like a 40-year-old minor league prospect. Like they gave up a decent prospect.
Yeah, that's why I don't think they'll do that. So I don't know, man. I think Hampson's the odd man out here. So, but let's see. But it's a good problem to have. Again, we talk about making Skip's life very difficult. We want to do that. So,
what do you think, Spaz?
No, yeah, I think Hampson would probably be the odd man out. And man, watching him take batting practice today was I fucking love his swing. Just watching him, it wasn't like crazy hard or anything like that, but yeah, I can't wait for him to come back and do some damage and hopefully contribute to our wins. But yeah, man, Hampson's out. I can't see anybody else. I can't see anybody else, being sent home or whatever, down or.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine he'll probably go right into. He might DH a little bit at first, but he's going to pick up defensive duty in center again. Solar will probably be a more full-time DH at that point, like we saw when everyone was healthy. So,
I don't want him to go back to center.
Neither do
he's
I.
Going to.
I don't want him to.
I know you don't want him to, but he's going to.
I want him to be our DH.
It won't happen.
Jazz or DH?
It won't happen.
What's wrong with you, bro? No, put him at fucking short.
He's not going to play short.
I know that. Cali,
He's not going to play short. The only infield position I can see him playing is second when Arraez needs a day off. But I think that if you want to realistically have a chance at the playoffs, I think you have to protect Jazz. And I think moving him to DH that's a legitimate conversation that the front office and Skip are having right now. Because if they put him in center and he gets hurt again, because I guarantee you he will get hurt again.
Because he throws them like a rag doll. That's why.
Right. So you have Jonathan Davis out there in center. He's hitting all right. He's doing a great job defensively. You know, do you risk putting Soler out in the outfield?
Branson,
no. I'd rather have Soler in the outfield than Jazz.
Listen, the face of MLB The Show cannot be DH.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And I fucking hate games. I'm not a gamer. That's you guys. I don't give a shit about all that. But face
MLB The Show. Well, go ahead, Spaz, and then I'll go on my rant. But MLB The Show.
I'm giving shit to all you gamers. But the face of basically like MLB, Jazz is dude. Anybody, any team. They're like, yeah, Jazz, the Marlins, Jazz. He cannot be DH. He has to be on the field both sides. And you know, it's a tough decision, and I would love for him to be healthy forever. But he's got to be out there. He's got to be out there somewhere.
Yeah, my thing is you're okay. I will comfortably bet my life that Jazz does not touch the infield this year. I would comfortably bet my life. He's our most athletic player. We need that guy on the field. Plain and simple. I know we want to protect him and stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of that I think is coaching and like maybe now since he's been out, like, hey man, you can't just keep running into the fucking wall, 3 times a game.
Yes.
But learn how to fucking read the, like, when you start feeling dirt, when you're going back for a ball, that means to slow down. That means to stop because a wall's going to be there in about 8 feet. He's our most athletic guy, man. He's gotten, before he got hurt, he was playing so much better in the outfield than in the beginning of the season. That's our guy. He's the emotional leader of this team, man. Like that's a guy I want out there getting on people's cases, kind of commanding the outfield like he was doing, and I think that's his role. And also George Soler is a liability in the outfield. And I would like him to play less of that. So
it is called the warning track for a reason.
Yeah, but for Jazz, 100%. It's not the warning track. It's the too late track.
Yeah, Jazz, he feels like it's the infield dirt. He's ready to keep going.
I saw him get injured, and he looked like that character Gumby from like years ago on TV.
Yeah.
He looked like Gumby flopping all over that wall. I said, "Oh, that's no bueno."
Yeah, and I forget who. Somebody else had a very similar injury at Dodger Stadium over the weekend. I think.
They had a bad one. I can't remember. Who I just saw some tweets about it.
And it was something. And I was reading an article about it, and they were comparing it to the Jazz injury because it was basically due to that chain link fence like we have in center field, and then there was like the exposed concrete on the bottom of the fence that ended up this guy had a fractured toe, I think, and Jazz obviously had turf toe, but similar injuries. So I don't know. Listen, I'm all for Jazz being on the field. But at the same time, selfishly, I want to protect him. So I think I'm not alone in the DH conversation, by the way. Peter Pratt is the one who put the idea in my head.
Friend of the pod.
And so now I'll go on my rant.
Out of principle, I will not say anything about Peter Pratt. I'll say that he's entitled to his opinion.
He's a smart man. Friend of the pod. We love him.
Ridiculously handsome, I will say.
Oh, yeah.
Scouser. Even
most
better.
handsome Scouser I've ever seen.
Easy.
Outside of Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Steven Gerrard, Jimmy Carragher. Come on, man.
Oh my God,
he's better looking than
Carragher,
bro.
Get out of here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Carragher's a fox, bro. What's wrong with you?
Marlins. Stop talking about
anyway.
Liverpool.
So now my rant about MLB The Show. Jazz is the cover athlete, right? When every time Jazz comes up to bat, what's the same sound I have to hear all the time? The same sound bite. And it's great. It's a good fact about his grandmother who played for the Bahamian national softball team until she was 60. That's incredible. But MLB The Show, get your shit together and get more sound bites about Jazz if you're putting him on the fucking cover. I'm tired of hearing about that every time he comes up to bat. The man is more interesting than that one fact.
Well, for a game that
Rant
makes so
over.
much money, they should have a couple more factoids in there.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
The man's exciting. I love him.
He's electric.
Give me some more
He's
facts.
electric.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and so hopefully we'll be able to see him. But what do you guys think about the 2 series is coming up?
Nationals. I mean, I keep forgetting it's happening. So that's how little concern I have for the Nationals. They're playing bad baseball right now. They're not a good team. That's a team we got to sweep. Blue Jays a little tougher. Definitely a bit tougher. They have some pretty impressive bats in the lineup. 38 and 32. They're good in a loaded AL East. It's going to be a challenge, but their pitching really isn't fantastic. So I think it's outside of Barrios. I think it's a good opportunity for us to maybe get 2 out of 3 there.
So what are you thinking overall? 5 and 1?
5 and 1, have to.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think 5 and 1. I think if we don't sweep the Nats, we're gonna let them squeak away again. We should have swept them the first time, and then I think we got to take at least 2 out of the Blue Jays series because, like we talked about, July and August are gonna be rough.
I will go ahead and be the pessimist that I always am.
God damn it, Spaz.
You guys are way too positive, man. Come on.
0-6.
No, fuck that. Chris, give me Danny back. Give me Danny back. No. I'll do 4-2. We have to deal with the Nationals. That's got to be taken care of. Man, Blue Jays, I'm actually a little bit more scared of. But I'll do 4-2. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's come back
4-2.
Yeah, 4-2, and then let's come back home and have a nice homestand. Let's do that.
Well, Blue Jays are home.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Blue Jays are home.
Wait, sorry. Yeah. The Nationals at the end of. Sorry, that's why I have.
Nationals are away for 3. Blue Jays are home for 3.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's.
We're going to be recording while the Pirates game is on next week.
I'll be there for some Blue Jays ass beatings next weekend.
I'm actually thinking about trying to go to a Tuesday game because they still got that MLB little deal going on, right? So I can get the game.
At the Jazz's section?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I think that's a Jazz day.
Yeah, so I got Branton his shirts because Branton couldn't make it, so I got him his shirts. The shirts are really fucking cool.
Well, I only need one. You have to keep the other one.
No, I mean, I won't. Yeah, but whatever. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think there is a deal for the actual game. Branson just got the shirt, so I don't know, Branson. I don't know if there was another.
Also, Taco Tuesday at the park that day.
Ooh.
Yeah, you get a shirt. You get to sit in a special section, and then
$1 kids tickets.
And then you get entered into a meet and greet with Jazz at the end of the season.
Oh shit!
All the people that sit in that section get entered in, and they pick so many people, and they get to go meet Jazz.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you're technically in the running.
That's
technically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, no, technically, I think Callie bought the tickets. So.
Oh, Callie's in the running.
Callie got like 10 entries.
And then, of course, we had to. Have
only Spazzy and Danny were there.
Yeah, and then shout out Andy.
Oh yeah.
Andy Shenandoah.
And then our raffle winner, our ticket winner, Romeo Rodriguez, also showing up.
Yeah. Yeah, your former student.
Yep, former student. That's right.
I listen. Everybody who listens to this podcast is a former student of Cali, in my opinion. But so we've given our predictions, and there's one last thing we want to hit on, and then we'll let you all get back to your days. And I'll let Spazzy lead this one off because I know he is all excited about this. Tell us about it, Spaz. What is it?
I am a huge fan. If you look at my work desk, I mean, I haven't been to my work desk in about 2.5 years, but my work desk has a bunch of bobbleheads, a bunch of baseballs, a bunch of Marlins fucking shit. So yeah, there you go. Look at that Conine bobblehead go. So they announced 3 bobbleheads that I'm super, super excited about. The first one being June 25th, Sandy Alcantara holding up the Cy Young little plaque. So that's June 25th. That's a little bobblehead coming out. Callie and I are very excited about the next one, which is Chuck Carr on July 9th. And when I think about Chuck Carr, this is like for my old heads, like my old Marlins head. When I think of real Marlins, I think of Chuck Carr. And rest in peace, because he did pass away, I believe, last year.
Very recently.
Yeah, or maybe this year, but rest in peace. Chuck Carr is one of the first Marlins that I remember seeing playing, and I was like, dude, I want to watch this guy play baseball. Great fucking player. And yeah, so they're doing a bobblehead for Chuck Carr, which is amazing.
And of course, I'm going to be in DC for that one, so I am heavily relying on Spaz to come through.
I got you, Papa. Don't worry. I'm going to get there.
$300, and I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
I'll be there too, so I'll try to get you one.
There you go. Listen, it's a team effort, Callie. It takes a village. And then the third bobblehead that everyone's very excited about, August 29th, I believe, will be Levon Hernandez himself. And I'm sure he's going to be at the park. Levon Hernandez bobblehead. And it's going to be fantastic. I'm sure he's going to say, I love you, Miami, when he throws out the first pitch. It's going to be great. So we have Sandy Alcantara bobblehead. We have a Chuck Carr bobblehead. And then we have a Levon Hernandez bobblehead coming up. 3 games that nobody should miss and get there super early for. So super stoked.
I already got my ticket for the June 25th one for Sandy. So I'll be there for that one.
Yeah. I will say
nice. I'll be there.
Yeah. All right. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
I will say, I want to touch on it. The giveaway for the teal jersey, the teal and black secret jersey, I had never seen so many people. Danny went to that one, and I have never seen so many people there early at the Budweiser bar before a game. I got there like an hour before, and it was just people around there, teal and black. Super cool to see, man. I was really stoked to see all that.
Yeah, we'll tell them to get out of our spot. They better not be there the 25th.
And before you guys jump off the bobblehead stuff, I went ahead and I fetched the picture of Justin Bohr.
There you go. Yes. In there.
There he is with a cake.
Love him.
Love that.
I love it.
Oh man. Oh, that was a good one. Justin Bohr he's a fantastic Marlin.
Oh, I feel like that. How can we end it any better than Justin Bohr with donuts on his bat? So let's go around one last time. Callie, what do you want to tell our listeners and our friends out there?
I think to get a little more serious, I think everyone needs to come together and work very, very, very hard to get me a Chuck Carr bobblehead. That should be the only mission you have. That should be the only mission you have, to get me a fucking Chuck Carr bobblehead. I need it like I need oxygen. Okay, so everyone listening, please, I need it. So that's all I got.
I'll walk away with like 5 of them. So I got you.
Chris is gonna flip it to me. He's like, "Hey man, I'll give it to you, but I need some cash first."
Yeah, we should. Clearly, I already told you I got you, but no, I'm just, everyone hopefully is enjoying the podcast, and like, subscribe, comment, say what you think, say what you want us to fix about it. Miss Danny's good looks on the podcast. Our podcast got like 30% less handsome when he was not here. But Chris did a great job.
Yes, thank you. I'm trying.
Chris and his Mickey Mouse hat.
What do you have for our fans on your battered Marlins debut?
Well, I mean, you guys do a phenomenal job on the podcast. Danny's the piece of crap, in my opinion. I anybody that I know that's a Marlins fan, I constantly tell them to come and check you guys out because you guys not only give great information, but in a way that makes it entertaining to digest. And to find that kind of content, it's kind of hard out here, So yeah, man, you guys are gonna keep rocking and yeah, like and subscribe, man, for sure.
Love you, Chris.
Love you, Chris, man. And guys, I promise we'll be back next week, and we will be, according to Spaz, 30% more handsome. And so thank you guys for listening. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and get out to the ballpark during this homestand. Get your Sandy bobblehead. Get your Taco Tuesdays. Get your Thirsty Thursdays. And
Get me my Chuck Carr fucking bobblehead.
I got you, Papa.
And always, guys, we will see you next time. Thank you for listening.
Bye.